First thoughts, restarting practice, I guess, for you guys?
Yeah, exciting for our players. They've worked really hard this summer, obviously having a foreign trip. We're a little ahead of the curve. But I thought all in all, guys were really, really locked in. We went for about, we started at 12, ended at 2:30, but we had about 20, 30 minutes of film. So about 2 hours, but I thought our effort was really good.
So what are the biggest areas of focus for you guys in this? You've had a chance to go on that European trip, learn a little bit more about you guys. So what's the biggest emphasis here in camp here?
Yeah, I think obviously there's two sides of the ball. Offensively, just to continue to expand on the playbook, but execute, right? I mean, that's what you want on offense. Continue to understand spacing, continue to understand cutting, screening, different screening angles. I think we really are willing passers. I have the utmost respect for our guys. They're really trying to play the right way. They make the extra pass, but just continue to teach them our offense. And then I think defensively, keep people off the glass. Defensive rebounding is going to be critical for us this year. So we started practice today with some toughness drills. I thought the guys responded. And just continue to understand our philosophy on defense, right? And I think all in all, these guys have picked up on a lot of concepts, but it's just building these daily habits. Things aren't going to happen right away, right? It's a process. And a lot of these guys are, result-oriented people. We've got to understand it's a process to becoming a great team and being an elite team. So just enjoying the process daily and doing the little things.
So what's that process going to look like as far as getting this team gelled together? A lot of new faces, a lot of guys who haven't played together all that much. What do you feel like the timeline is for when they're going to be able to really know how to play together?
I think we'll have a better feel here in a couple weeks. We'll do an inter-squad scrimmage. The guys have voted. Drake, Ian, and Mason are our captains, so they're going to be a big part of it, right? We meet with those guys every Monday and really come up with a game plan for the week. They've done a masterful job leading these guys in huddles and just the overall connectivity. We'll go on a team retreat in 2 weeks up to Bear Lake, about 48 hours, really learn each other a little bit more. We do some team-building activities, and then the following week we'll have Weber State. And then the following week we'll have Oregon, right? So that's all part of the process as we, go along our journey and figure out our rotations and, who's going to play which positions. But I really like our mindset daily. We have great connectivity and a great mindset.
How much competition do you expect in some of those position battles with the guards and the wings and the bigs and all that?
I think we're really, really stacked at a lot of positions. Dayton and Drake really push each other, make each other better. Ian Mace, Braden Housley's in that conversation. Dexter Cano's out about 2 weeks. He hurt his wrist, so we're going to Brent and our doctors are going to hold him out 2 weeks. May or may not play against Weber, but we'll get him there definitely by Oregon. He's going to be in that mix. And I thought Isaac Davis, for a first-time freshman, came out today and really played well. Carson Templin's been good. Auburn just keeps getting better. Tucker Anderson's a guy that has great upside, playing at a little higher level competition, but he's done a great job of gaining weight. So we have a lot of guys at a lot of different positions, and I think that's what will make us a deep team.
So Isaac, this is his first time really playing a lot because he wasn't playing during the European trip, right? So it's kind of his first chance to get out there and play against his teammates?
Jason, I thought he was phenomenal. Yeah, he got nothing this summer. He got hurt. So he missed a ton, right? And I think now he's really coming into his own. You got to give the kid credit. He's lost 25 pounds. He was, 280-something. He's about 256, 255. Would like to get another probably 5 to 8 pounds. That'll naturally come off with practice. But he gives us something we don't have. I mean, he loves physical contact around the rim. He's an elite athlete. He's got a very, very high IQ around the basket, too. He makes rim reads, really passes out of double teams and things. So I think he can really help us.
So I got to ask you about the announcement by the Pac-12. What do you guys think about that?
I listen to your podcast. I told you that. I love pods, so I'm always trying to find a good pod. I think you guys do a wonderful job. Really excited, right? I think there was a period for about 72 hours. I think just the uncertainty as a college basketball coach. I was in a one-bid league. It's really, really stressful, right? So now going into the Pac-12, I think it has, a brand. It has a name. There's a national recognition with it. So I think, it's helped us. It'll really help us in recruiting, right? Because a lot of the kids that we'll recruit are going to be from the West Coast. So travel's easy. Parents can go see, their son. And I think that's for all sports, right? Really, we try to really lock down a radius, within a 6-hour radius, and then also state to state, right? We want our brand to be really strong and powerful in the West. I'm really interested. I thought you guys made some great points with, there's rumors of Gonzaga and different teams. It's going to be really interesting where this goes. But it's just uncertain times. College sports have changed so much, as we all know. We're learning every day. There's new things going on around us. We've got to be forward thinking, and I think going to the Pac-12 is a great step.
You mentioned that recruiting. You guys have got, I don't know how much you can comment on recruits, but you've got some big commits in the last few weeks. Seems like an exciting time for Utah State basketball.
The only thing I could say on recruiting, I have to talk in general, but I think we have a great brand, right? I think I have a great staff, very, very young, very energetic staffs, willing to go anywhere in the country to recruit. I think it all starts with relationships, momentum. You have to, take advantage of momentum, right? Pac-12, regular season champion, won an NCAA tournament game, style of play. I think kids like playing for us. I think they like our style. So if you want to win a national championship, you got to have a top 25 class in the country recruiting. It starts and ends with talent, but then you got to have the connectivity, the coaching, the discipline that can lead you to a Final Four, a national title. So I like where our coaches are at. I love to recruit. I love selling this program, and I thank all the coaches before us, because this thing is a powerful brand, and it's only going to get more powerful.
Talk a little bit more about was there a noticeable difference when you've had that experience of playing in Europe together today from that first day?
Yeah, if you watch us play, and you guys are more than welcome to come in and watch this. I know you got other sports, but you see we know how to play with each other. I think guys are starting to understand their strengths. We still make some mental mistakes, but we had 3 games, we had 10 practices. We were able to put our system in, so we're a little further ahead than most teams. Like today, I had to get adjusted to the spectrum. We only have 2 baskets. I'm not used to that. When I went to practice plan, I had these drills that we were going to do 3 or 4 different shooting stations, and we only have 2 baskets, right? So you're learning something every day on the job, and it's the same thing with our players. They're going to keep learning, keep getting better. But you see guys have played with each other for those 3 games, so I think it helped.
Probably already commented on this. Sorry, I'm late.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine.
Just the first day getting going again. It's
excitement. You're 42 days away, 30 practices in 42 days. We're going to bring back Aggie Madness. I think it's going to be a great event. Hopefully we can pack that. I know our department is really going to sell that, Wes being a new coach and myself. But it's really about the players. We've got a lot of seniors. This is their last go-around. We want them to get acclimated to the Logan faithful and the fans and the herd. So that night will be special, and then we'll continue on just getting better week to week. But there's nothing better than the first day of practice. It's going to be here really, really fast. So, the best thing we can do as coaches is push these guys really, really hard, love on these guys, and spend a lot of time with them to make sure they're ready.
So have you not been in the spectrum practicing-wise?
We do both, but, you only have 2 baskets, right? So it's very hard to get a number of shots when you have 2 baskets.
They used to have that.
Yeah, it seems like it's a lot of work, but maybe we can do that. Because we got to shoot the ball.
Coach, this is a program, though, over the last couple of years, a lot of turnaround both in the coaching staff and the players. But this group has a good core that's coming back from last year. What have you seen from them so far?
Yeah, you look at Mason, you look at Fish, and you look at Ian, you look at Jackson Smith, you look at Carson Templin. All 5 guys have improved. All 5 guys know what it takes. They're kind of the foundational pieces. A lot of teams in the Mountain West don't have 3 starters back on a 28-win team. So we've got to really, really trust them. We have to follow them in certain times. They have to have a voice, and they have, and they've been great. So starts with those guys, but we also have a new group of guys that are seniors that you have to blend, right? And that's really what the college basketball process is, how we're going to build it. We're going to try to bring in quite a few high school guys, right? This is going to be a big class. So we want to do a little bit of both, but we want to grow and we want to get old with our group. And I think, that's the challenging part about college basketball. But those guys are a staple of this program.
You haven't had much time with them, but with some of those new players, what are the older guys doing to kind of set the tone, show them what it's like to be an Aggie?
Mason just brings it every day. He's been awesome, whether it's offensive rebounding, driving the ball, playing defense, using his voice. Ian Martinez, I don't know if I've seen a guy change so much in really 5 months. Just getting around him, he's kind of quiet. He's just a wonderful kid. He's really, really, raised his level of leadership to new heights, and it's only going to help him when he goes and plays, whether it's in the NBA or professional basketball. So there's a sense of urgency, I would say, with Ian. And Drake Allen's been awesome, right? Drake Allen is a guy that. As a Utah kid, that he understands the tradition here. He understands the standard at Utah State, and he's done a wonderful job. So for him to get voted on as a captain by his peers, I think that speaks volumes of what he's done here early on, and he'll be really good in that department as well.
So who are your captains, Drake?
It's going to be Ian Martinez, Mason Falslev, and Drake Allen. Yeah, and the players voted. Coaches didn't have a vote. See you guys.
All right, thanks, Coach.